Hi, this is going to be for lesson 13.8, which is to find unknown angle measures. So let's go to start off with our first together problem here. Draw and label angle DEDF where point F is between them. Okay, so it looks like we have ED and then we need to draw F between them. So I can label this point F so that it is in between them. Explain how you can find the measure of CDF. Well, let's think about it. I know that a right angle has to equal 90 degrees. So if I were to cut that in half, so I'm going to divide by 2 because I have 2 halves. 90 degrees divided by 2 would make it 45 degrees. So each of these would be 45 degrees, and then together, to double check our work, 45 plus 45 would give me the total of 90 degrees because that makes a perfect right angle. We're going to move on to our next practice problem that we're going to do together. Draw and label angle LMP. So LM, oh, we got to put a P somewhere. So I'm just going to draw one this way, and I'm going to label it angle P with a point. Explain how you can find the measure of NMP. Well, we need to remember that a straight angle equals 180 degrees. So what you would have to do is when you figure out what this angle is, whatever this angle number 1 is, how would I be able to get from angle number 1 and it has to equal 180? So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to take 180 and subtract that angle number 1 in order to get your answer for angle number 2. And what's the opposite of subtraction? Adding. So if I were to add these two angle measures up, they would have to equal 180 degrees because that is what a straight angle equals. A straight angle equals 180 degrees. So what we're working with today is going to be either equaling 90 degrees or 180 degrees. And we're about to review some of those vocabulary words and what that means. So it says to find the unknown angle measure. So it says when a right angle is decomposed into two adjacent angles, the sum of them is 90 degrees. Again, just like our last screen, we talked about how right angles are going to give us a perfect 90 degrees. That vocabulary word is called complementary angles. Let's go and move on to the next side here. When a straight angle is decomposed of two adjacent angles, the sum of the measures is 180, and that is when we have a straight angle, just like we mentioned on the last page. This vocabulary word is called complementary. So we kind of need to remember these two different definitions. Complementary equals 90 degrees, and supplementary equals 180 degrees. Here's kind of like a trick to remember. Okay, straight starts with the letter S, and guess what supplementary equals? S. So an easy way to remember straight, supplementary, those are going to equal 180 degrees. All right, let's take a look at this practice problem we have here. It says find the measures of angle DEG. Well, we need to figure out what DEG is. Well, let's see what we have to figure out first. Well, right now, what I do know is that a right angle equals 90 degrees. So this whole thing has to equal 90 degrees. But right now, all we know is that it equals 35 degrees. So what we're going to do is going to figure out x, which is what we're missing. X plus 35 has to equal 90 degrees. Well, the opposite of adding would be subtracting. So let's go ahead and try that out. 90 minus 35. So if I were to solve that, I know I can't regroup there, so 9 turns into an 8, and 0 turns into 10. 10 minus 5 is 5, and 8 minus 3 is a 5. So our total amount of that angle that we're missing is going to be 55 degrees. Right? So if we were to double check our work, 55 plus 35, yes, that does equal 90. So we did find the correct amount for the missing angle of DEG. The missing amount is 55 degrees. We're going to go ahead and scroll down to our last practice problem together. It says, write and solve an equation to find the measure of NLM. So we're trying to figure out this x degrees. Well, first let's look at what type of angle that we have. We do have a straight angle here, and I know that a straight angle has to equal 180 degrees. So right now we have 180 degrees, and guess what? We have this angle right here, and this angle right here is 62. So to find the missing amount, we can subtract. I know I can't do 0 minus 2, so I have to borrow. 8 turns into 7, 0 turns into 10. 10 minus 2 is an 8. 7 minus 6 is a 1. 1 minus nothing is 1. So our missing amount is 118 degrees. Let's go ahead and double check our work. So remember that the opposite of subtraction is addition. So let's go ahead and try it out. 118 plus 62. Let's see if we get 180. 8 plus 2 is 10. Regroup the 1. 6 plus 1 is 7. Plus 1 is 8. 1 plus nothing is 1. So correct. We did find the missing angle of NLM, which equals 118 degrees. And that is how you use complementary and supplementary angles to find the unknown measure of